What is a useless talent you have? I once entered a talent competition playing the recorder using my nose. The judges were confused and decided I wasn't worthy of first place. I can move my ears independent from my face and vibrate my eyes. No idea why. I can put my legs behind my head. I've yet to be kidnapped, but hope it may be useful then. I'm genetically unable to get brain freeze. I can chug an entire slushie without consequence. I can bring my arms back over my head from behind my back without unhooking my hands from each other. Best I can explain it. I can count the letters in any sentence while the sentence is being spoken and still pay attention to what the person is saying. I've done this since I was around 10. It's compulsive. I can't quit doing it. I can hit just about anything within 60 feet or so with a rock. I grew up on a farm and spent countless hours on our gravel road picking up rocks and firing away at stuff, mostly fence posts. With a couple of warm-ups to get the weight, I can flip a coin for the same result consecutively a bunch of times. My record is 44. Can usually / reliably do at least 20 every time. Works best with a UK 2p piece. I can take a nap for a specified amount of time, like say 22 minutes. I also know right before a timer is about to go off. I can write without looking. Theoretically, I could write an essay blindfolded. I can hula hoop forever. I didn't think it was a talent until I realized no one can do it that I know. This is useless because I don't even do it anymore. I can bend my knees backwards, so my knee has an about 140 degrees, 150 degree angle. Never measured it. I sing Gregorian chant on pitch and accurately, practicing it at least 1 hour per day, but it's a useless skill as there are no chant choirs or need for it in my area. I'm really good at catching things that are falling because I clumsily knock them over. I'm like an oaf in the front half of a second and a ninja on the back half. I have roughly the same number of spills as the average person, but with extra steps. I've done it with multiple falling objects, behind my back, with my feet. Things usually don't hit the ground around me. I can think of a song to fit any situation or at least change the lyrics of one to fit. I do it automatically without even thinking. It only takes me a second and is completely pointless. I can tell by the sounds of many different songbirds when there is a bird of prey flying overhead. I can do a very good death growl. Don't think it will ever be of use as I don't have a band and I would be embarrassed to do it. Being able to pick things up with my toes when I'm too lazy to bend down. I have none. But my husband. Name almost any dead celebrity and he can tell you where they are buried. Sometimes he can tell you who they are buried next to. I can cup my hands together and shoot water 10, 12 feet in a straight line. It's like always having a water gun on me. When I do it without water it makes a fart noise, which is like always having a whoopee cushion. Name a recorded song that I've heard before and I can sing in tune with it before you pull it up on your music app. I otherwise have no major musical talent. I tend to remember good solutions to extremely insignificant questions. Questions that are never asked because they don't matter to anyone. I can move my ears up and down. Freaks the hell out of people who see it for the first time. If you're wondering, I went to a school where twisting your ears was an appropriate form of punishment. One teacher twisted my left ear a little too hard one day and soon enough I could move it. Same thing happened to my other ear a year later. I can crawl extremely fast. I found this out as a teenager in Taekwondo. We did a lot of weird exercises in our workouts. Crawling was one, and I got tagged in to crawl to one side of the gym and back, and went fast AF. I burned everyone. I crawled like a rock skipping across the pond. I even surprised myself, and remember some people laughing at the time. It definitely must look strange lol. I did it at home a few times to show people, but it gives rug burn very easy. No shit, I can bend my thumb far enough behind the hand that I can touch my knuckles with it. Boom. Drop the mic. I can solve a Rubik's Cube in around 9 seconds. Unless I get faster it's not like I can make money from it or anything lol. I can make my eyes vibrate to make it look like I've been possessed, nor for long though, it kinda hurts. I can balance almost anything on the palm of my open hand. rake, golf club, shovel, open ladder, work, and alcoholism. I'm not 100% accurate, but I can look at people and tell where they're from without hearing them speak a single word. I'm American and can do this with Americans as well as non-Americans. Example, last summer I had a group of 5, and I identified 2 Belgians, a French and a German. One was so unbelievably impressed that he offered me $50 if I could precisely identify the 5th person, a woman, in the group. I looked at her, guessed French orgies, and won the most unlikely $50 of my life. I'm a small legend in my line of work and the tourists are dumbfounded every fucking time. I can blow bubbles off of my tongue and make them dance by waving my hand. Especially useless now with COVID. I have insane memory, it just only works on the most random information. Like, I know a math problem I was given in 4th grade, it wasn't even a huge topic. Just a random question on a test, but I have no idea what I had for lunch the other day. Overthinking everything to the point that it's hard for you to sleep because of your racing mind. I once went beneath a post with the question, "What's your quickest way of falling asleep?" or something like that. Someone said adding to a series, which would be my demise, because my brain has to finish this thought. I answered beneath that what truthfully helped me. Tongue twisters. I have a knack for them and no one has beaten me in red lorry yellow lorry speed. I never forget a face. If I've seen it once I'll remember it, if I ever see it again. Pictures are a little harder, because it's a frozen moment in time and they may never look the same way. Case in point, when I was 12 my dad introduced me to a guy and we chatted for a few moments. Almost 30 years later my dad and I were out and I said, "Dad, is that so and so?" And sure enough, it was, and my dad was able to reconnect with someone he hadn't seen in 20 years. I can play guitar, drums, trumpet, and French horn. Don't make money off of any of them lol. I can balance coins on their edges. Pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, you name the coin and I can find a way to balance it on its narrow edge. I have a hyper-realistic impression of a dog bark. My friends will think there is an actual dog around and get disappointed when they realize that it was me. Not me, but my BFF can pronounce any word you say to her backwards within 2 seconds into languages. I have 4 nipples. When it's cold, I can cut a piece of glass with a quarter turn. Oh, and burping on command. I'm quite good at finding 4-leaf clovers. I have probably found hundreds by this point. I can tell when it's 68, 69 degrees Fahrenheit or 70 by how cold I feel. Just those 2 temperatures though. I can recite the entirety of The Emperor's New Groove with sound effects and background music perfectly in my head. My demonstration of such a skill does, unfortunately, require a diminution in quality of my performance. I have eidetic memory. Not perfect but extremely good. Gets worse older I get, but it was great for school. Reach it once, never forget the details. If I knock the top of my head with my knuckles while I have my mouth open I can make a hollow noise. I can do really good voice impressions of multiple accents in English, even though it's not my native language. I'm an ear rumbler. I can do it on command and always thought of it as like closing my ears from an early age. I typically do it when something is too loud, but can do it whenever I want. I run fast. However I don't play any sports, so I don't really have an opportunity to use it lol. I'm really good at guessing the appropriate container size for quantities of food or liquid. For example, when I make soup I don't measure what I put in the pot or use a recipe, but it'll always come out as exactly 1 or 2 or 3 quarts on the nose. My boyfriend gets excited whenever I cook and put food away to see if I fucked up this time, but I never do. I can snap my fingers really loud for some reason. It's not that loud that I can get people's attention from that far away, or for it to be that useful in what you might think it would, but enough that when I snap my fingers for any reason, people will hear it. I can do a really good impression of a seagull as well as Kermit the Frog. Like sure, the Kermit impression is super fun at parties, and I can confuse the local birds by sounding like a seagull, but neither of those things are useful. Fun though. For one, There's a gene in my family that makes it so weed physically cannot affect us, no matter what or how much we have. Then there's the fact that I'm really good at spinning a bow staff, but I can't fight with it. I'm extremely talented at procrastination. No matter how badly I want something done, it will be procrastinated on. I wish I could stop doing it. If you liked this video, smash the like button and subscribe for daily dose of Reddit. Have fun and get reddited.